Good evening. Welcome to the Board of Adjustments meeting for June 28th. We're going to start the meeting by call to order. All right, roll call. Mr. Brad Walker, Chairman's absent. I'm Devin Graham, Vice Chairman. Mr. Willie Robinson absent. Mr. Eddie Crass.
Present.
Mr. Brandon Bennett.
Present.
Mr. Steve Jofion.
Present.
All right. Right now, we ask for any public comments about the meeting in general, the board itself in general, not on a particular item. And if you have any comments on a particular item, go ahead and sign up now. They got some cards at the podium. All right. We're gonna do the acceptance of minutes for the last meeting, for the May meeting. Can I get a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion to accept.
Motion by Mr. Steve.
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Eddie Crass. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Acceptance of the written decisions for the May meeting. Get a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Steve.
Second.
Second by Eddie Crass. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Minutes, written decisions accepted. All right, tonight we're gonna start with zoning review ID PZ 1022.16 for lot 2A-2 for Margaret J. Talbot, located on the south side of Perkins Road, approximately 2,500 feet west of Airline Highway. Anybody here to talk on this item? Yeah, come forward, please. Just tell us what you're trying to do.
Well, I built a house. I got a permit to build my house almost 3 years ago.
Yes, ma'am.
And I thought I had 90-foot frontage, and I got the permit to build, and I built it. I've been in the house for 3 years, and I went to get a loan on the house, and I found out I don't have the 90 feet frontage. Yeah, the extra 50 feet I needed was given to us
Okay.
by Mrs. Cook, who is now deceased. And there was a survey done, and Ms. Cook signed the survey, but we had already bought some property, and she just gave us the extra 50 feet, so there was no cash sale. So it was never put on the books. And we've been in the house for 3 years.
Okay. Got any questions, anybody?
So I'm requesting for a 40-foot variance.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because I know where the house is at right there.
Yes.
And at the time, it wasn't known that
It's not known. I just found out about 2 months ago.
okay.
So on this other map we have, Lance, it has a funny shape of that 90 feet along the highway there. It's not.
Right, it has 90 feet at the building line. That's where they're required to have the frontage.
Yes, sir. And we're just trying to take that 50 feet out. and go
Correct,
back
yeah,
to-
exactly what Ms. Talbot stated is that we have a plat that shows that it meets requirements, but undoubtedly that map was never shown based on a cash sale that was never recorded.
Okay.
So the person next door that has the property owns that property, I guess you could say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I did just have it resurveyed to take that 50 feet out.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
was done about a month ago.
Okay. Anybody else? Let's see what they got going. Steve?
No questions.
All right, at this time, we're going to open for public hearing. If you want to, you can just sit down right there, and we'll call you back up in a minute.
Right here?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We're going to open public hearing. Anybody who has any comments on this particular item, come forward and let us know. No one signed up? Okay. Thank you so much. We'll close public hearing. And you got any more questions for anybody? Anybody want to put a motion out?
I'm good make a motion to accept, based upon the parish is recommending to accept, and it looks like this was clearly an oversight. So,
Accept as written.
yeah, I'll accept it as written.
All right, got a second? Anybody?
I'll second.
All right, we got a motion by Mr. Eddie Kraft, second by Mr. Brandon Bennett. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Accepted. Thank you, ma'am.
That's it?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, we got a zoning review ID PZ 1019.16 for Lot 3 and settlement at Lakeside for Mr. Rocco Gotro Jr.
What's the number on?
I'm sorry, the property located on the north side of Clearwater Avenue, approximately 40 feet east of Lakefront Drive. Anyone here to speak on the item? Oh, you can come forward, sir. And tell us what you got.
Sure. Well, I'm in the pre-planning stages right now of a project. I'd like to install a storage unit and also an adjacent outdoor kitchen in my backyard. In looking at the plat of the settlement at Lakeside, they're allowing me a 20-foot setback from the back property line. And I've gotten a phone call here from Mr. Brock here about a week or two ago telling me that he would allow me 15 feet. So I'm here tonight to request that 5-foot variance.
Okay. Any questions, gentlemen? Is there anything inside that servitude, any drainage or,
Zero.
no?
On the back of the back property line, there's, and don't quote me on this, but I think there's about a 20 to 25 acre plot back there. Gentleman uses to raise cutting horses. It's essentially a buffer between the back of my subdivision and the back of Wallace Acres.
Yes, sir. Okay.
And you're asking for just 5 feet, sir?
That's it.
Okay.
Any questions? At this time, we'll open for a public hearing. Anybody got any comments on here? Anybody signed in? All right, sorry, nobody signed in. We'll close public, oh, never mind.
Yeah, I just want to make clear that there's a 15-foot servitude along the back. So he was asking for 10 feet. You cannot grant variances in existing servitude, so that's why he had to amend his request.
Yes, okay.
So
Well-
now just the 5 feet.
Just a thought.
Okay.
All right, at this time, we'll close public hearing. Gentlemen, any more questions, or?
I personally don't see a problem with 5 feet.
Nope, looks good to me. I'd like to make a motion to grant a variance of 5 feet, building setback.
All right, got a variance of 5 feet.
I'd like to
Second.
second it.
All right, variance by Mr. Steve Jofrion for a 5-foot into the 20-foot setback, and seconded by Mr. Eddie Kraft. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Not bad for a rookie, huh?
Doing good, doing good.
All right, I keep losing my agenda. All right, up next, we got zoning review ID PZ 1021.16 for lot 71 through 74 of Com Place for Caroline Christie. This property is located on the south side of Red Bud Road, approximately 75 feet from Tulip Road.
Yes.
Yes, sir. What you got?
Okay, you all have the maps in front of you. This subdivision was designed back in 1949, 1950. The lots were 50 foot.
Yes, sir.
And so what I did, I purchased the lots and I bought some trailers, new trailers that's just sitting. I made a phone call to Lance before I started pouring concrete, and he said, well, look, you know, I don't have a problem. You need to come in front of planning and zoning to get the variances that are set. And as you can see, you see the maps and the design of the trailers for the 4 lots that I'm requesting the variance of 5 foot and 3 foot. I don't think the variance on the side changes, it's just the back and the front. But the trailers are already purchased, so, and then in that whole subdivision, if you can see the aerial map, that's, back there is a number of trailers.
Yes, sir.
So lots 69 through, or 64 through 69 are all currently trailers too?
No, there's just on the other side. Those are properties that are adjacent to it.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm not sure. I think we. Give her your name.
So, James Moore,
Would this be the addresses, right, like the 39216 and all that, or is it further down? We got the aerial, and you got one side that's clear and one side that's trees. And I don't know if there's the lots with the trees on it or not.
it's the one directly on Redbud.
Is
Not-
there?
Yeah, those trees have been cleared, yes.
Oh, okay, yes, sir, okay. Well said. We should be right. Okay. Jim, you got any questions for him?
Is there anything on either side of it right now? It looks like trees. Is that the way it still is?
There's trees on one side and trees on the other side. I
Lance,
have the,
could he bring it up on the screen possibly? Take a look.
okay. It's lot 71 through 74. So the very first lot is, I think, lot 70. It's cleared as well. And 75 has some trees on it. That 75 have
Chance, can you
trees.
point it out on the?
Yeah, can you
Yeah.
point it out?
Put your finger on which lot we're looking at? Which lots we talking about? Okay, all right,
Right here.
I got you. Thank you.
All right. We're gonna, you got any more questions? We're gonna open for a public hearing, see if there's anybody to speak on this matter. Any cards, anybody sign in? Closing public hearing. Gentlemen, anything else?
For a motion?
Yes, sir.
I think because of the way he's placing these trailers, he's still leaving plenty parking and yard space. I don't think you can do much else with these lots than what he's doing. I'd like to make a motion to accept.
Yeah.
I'll second.
All right, got a motion by Mr. Steve Joffrin to accept as written, second by Mr. Vernon Bennett. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, one more. Zoning review ID PZ 1024.16, track 6 for Mr. Edward Robichaud, located on the east side of Highway 308, approximately, south approximately 1,400 feet from Cotton Drive. Just tell us what you're trying to do, please.
I built my home 12 years ago, and then 2 years later, I added an addition to my house, got the permits and all. I think you all have a packet that I prepared for y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And my daughter and her husband was supposed to move there. Well, he didn't get transferred, and they live in Lake Charles. It's a little far to commute back and forth. So I wanted to recoup some money, so I rented it. And as you can see, that the general purpose of the ordinance is to allow multiple families to reside on the property. I will be leasing the property to a second family, so therefore, as opposed to any commercial purpose. Y'all have this, and I don't know if I have to read it, if I should read it. Okay.
It's up to you.
Everything was going okay until recently, and then there's someone filed a complaint about me renting the house. So I went to see all my neighbors, got them all to sign that it was okay. And so I'm here asking for a variance to be able to rent my property.
Yes, sir. All right, any questions, gentlemen?
So what is your hardship?
My hardship?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, I spent $150,000 for the improvement, and if I don't get to rent it, I won't be able to be able to recoup any of my money. I even went so far as to get the neighbors across the street, Yorick Weber, Terry Dugas, and the Hood, Robin Hood, and Fan, to see if any of those people, objected.
So you're saying your neighbors had approved of this?
All of them have had approved when I had these signed, yes, sir.
Okay.
Now, I didn't have them sign this before the complaint. This has been done since the complaint.
Do you know who made the complaint?
I'm gonna open the public hearing. We'll see real quick and then. All right, anything else? This time I'd like to open for a public hearing. Anybody who wants to speak on the matter, please sign in.
James Russo.
I live next door to that property. And, as well as I do, 17-2041 clearly states a secondary residence. I have a much bigger investment than Mr. Robichaud. I got 3,200 square feet, probably $300-something house next door. Now, with that being said, I'm opposed. If you were to grant us variance, I'm sure you're gonna have 1,000 people lined up here trying to do the same thing. It's zone residential. That's the purpose of zoning. Plain and simple. So, I'm opposed.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right. That's it? All right, at this time, we'd like to close public hearing. You step up, sir.
Yes, sir. He signed that it was okay, May the 30th. And I hadn't heard anything different since. I didn't know until tonight that he was gonna oppose it, until he stood up here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Any questions?
The addition is $150,000. My home was $175,000, so I have more than $150,000 invested in that property.
Gentlemen, get a motion? Or?
I'm still looking. A lot to ponder.
Can you explain the addition? I mean, is it, it's a separate
No, sir,
structure?
it's attached to the house, but there's no way to get in and out the one piece, from one house to the other without going outside. So it has its own separate electricities, cable, water, it sets by itself, except for the fact that it's attached to the house. And I did that so it wouldn't look, odd with the house sitting in the back of the house.
I'm assuming it went through all the proper channels, permit and all that?
Correct, yes, it did. And it was, at the time, it was for his daughter to move in the home, or move into the separate dwelling.
Yeah, 'cause how long has it been? Did it come through us or through?
No, he was allowed to put an immediate family member on the property.
Okay.
Who's in there right now is not considered an immediate family.
I don't have anybody in there now.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay. Gentlemen?
I'll make a motion to deny, just for the section 17-2041. It just says it shall be immediate family, and it's not, so I motion to deny.
All right, got a motion to deny as written by Mr. Brandon Bennett. Get a second?
It's a tough situation. I really, I mean, financially, it's a burden, I understand, but, I mean, your neighbor is opposing it, and, I mean, it clearly is stipulated, so I'm gonna second it, Mr. Brandon, to deny it.
Got a second by Mr. Eddie Krass. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion
Thank you.
denied. Thank you. All right. At this time, we'll move on to any old business. I don't think there's anything we need to talk about in old business. All right, and then new business, I would like to state for the record that Mr. Brandon Bennett and Mr. Eddie Krass both attended the Capital Region Planning Commission's training program on June 18th. So congratulations, and I think we got to do it too. Anything else, Mr. Lance? What we doing?
Yes, I would like to introduce our new planning director,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Jerome Fournier, that he's here with us tonight. I just wanted to introduce him.
Oh, yes, sir. We'd like to welcome you. and,
Welcome.
Get to enjoy Ascension Parish with us.
Yeah.
All right, last thing. Well, I would like to say also that we are looking for more members. So if we can, if anybody in the general public wants to attend on this side, we're welcome them to sign up and come visit with us.
And I did receive something from the secretary today that she advertised.
Okay.
So there,
That's good,
should be
that's good.
advertised.
All right, last and final, get a motion to adjourn.
I'll motion to adjourn.
Motion by Mr. Brandon Bennett, second
I'll second.
by Mr. Steve Joe Brown. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.